What's up YouTube, it's Ravlar here and welcome back to another video. Today I have a guide on how to get every single animal for player-owned farms. So hopefully you'll find it useful, but first things first guys, if you're new around here, please do subscribe for lots of RS3 content, and if the video does help you, please do drop a like at the end. If you're interested in Twitch and lots of Devs Office content, please make sure to follow me there. I'm streaming almost every day, and of course follow me on Twitter, I'll follow you back. I'm a nice guy. But anyway guys, today we're going to be covering how to get every single animal for player-owned farms in game, and I of course will be sharing with you all the known information about drop rates, locations, anything unique about the drops as well. So as we are going to be covering a lot of information about a lot of different animals, I have left timestamps in the description below, so if you're after anything specific, please feel free to go down there and click on the link. So sit back, relax, and I'll see you at the end guys. So first things first, before we get into this guide, it's very important that you complete the tutorial, otherwise you won't be able to catch these animals in the wild, and that kind of sucks. And it's not that long, it only takes 5 minutes. You do some funky business with a granny, which I'm sure you'll all enjoy, and yep, you're ready to go. So make sure you do that, speak to Granny Pottington, and boom, we're ready to go. So the first bunch of animals we're going to talk about today are chicken, sheep and cows, and these are very unique because the only place you can actually get them is from buying them from the shop itself in player-owned farms, which means that you can't actually get them from anywhere else in game. So if you want to buy any of these animals, make sure you have enough beans and then trade Granny. You can buy chicken, sheep or cows. With chickens, unfortunately you can't choose whether you want to buy a male or female, you just buy the egg and there's a 50-50% chance of what gender you get. But this is not the case with sheep and cows, and you are free to buy whichever gender you prefer. So now that's done, let's move on to the animals we can actually catch in game. Firstly, let's talk about rabbits. So the most common type of rabbit you can catch from most places in the game is a common brown rabbit. Some popular areas to go hunt these is in Tiranwen, where I am now on the map, or the Lumbridge Crater. It's pretty simple to just set up an old Axe coil here and AFK, and these rabbits will drop straight into your inventory. Next up we have the Piscatorian rabbit, which is kind of annoying to obtain. You need 27 hunter and you need to have completed the Eagle's Peak quest. Now once you've completed the quest, you can catch a ferret with box trap, which you'll need to actually catch these rabbits, and then you need some rabbit snares, and you need to come to this area in the Piscatorius Hunter area, and you need to place rabbit snares outside all of the little rabbit holes, and then you can flush a hole with a ferret and the rabbits will come out. Alternatively, if you want to get this rabbit without going through this process, you can breed a Relica rabbit with a common brown rabbit and you have a chance of obtaining this. Speak of the devil, the third type of rabbit that we can actually catch in the wild is a Relican cream rabbit. Now the best way to get here is to actually teleport to the Fremnik Lodestone and then head south, and you'll see the swaying tree with loads of little annoying bunnies there. Go ahead, you can pop an aggro pop and just kill them and AFK and they'll come into your inventory, or you can just click them like I'm doing and have trouble because these are some sneaky motherfuckers. But anyway, yep, this is how you catch a Relican cream rabbit. So now we're done with the rabbits, let's move on to the Chinchompas. That's a fun word to say. So some base knowledge that we have on the Chinchompas: the drop rate for actually getting a Chinchompa for player-owned farms is 1 in 5,000 when you're catching them normally for hunter. So just keep that in mind. All Chinchompas can only be caught with a box trap, and protein traps do not work, so please bear that in mind going forward. But anyway, let's start off with the first one, a grey Chinchompa, which needs 53 hunter to catch. You need box traps and you can find them in the Piscatorius hunting area, so go ahead and lay your traps and hopefully you'll get one of these. So the next type of Chinchompa that we have to catch is a red or carnivorous Chinchompa, and these can be found by teleporting to the Uglog Lodestone, and just a bit northwest you will find lots of little colonies here. These require 63 hunter to catch, so keep that in mind. So now we're done with the normal Chinchompas, time to move on with the skill chompas. Now skill chompas are like normal Chinchompas in the fact that you need a box trap to catch them, and basically they act as an XP buff for many different skills, but we're not going to get into that here. First type of skill chomper that we can catch is a Cobalt skill chomper, which is available at level 27 hunter. So to get to these, you want to teleport to the Grand Tree, head north, and you'll find a large space filled with these little Chinchompas everywhere. So go ahead and catch them, and it's the same rates as it is for Chinchompas, 1 in 5,000 to get a player-owned farm variant. The next tier of skill chomper is the Viridian skill chomper, available at level 46 hunter, and these are located right next to the Araxite hive, Don't worry, you don't actually need to fight a Raxor to get there, it's just a little shortcut I took, but go ahead and catch these if you so wish. So next up we have the Azure Chinchompas, and to get here is very annoying. You could use a Spirit Garak or whatever it's called to teleport close to the area, but normally you just want to teleport to the Fremnik Lodestone, head northeast, and you'll find a large chunk of ice which you need to get onto, head east and head northeast, and soon you will find these little Chinchompas here. Go ahead and catch them unto your heart's content. Moving on, we have Crimson Chinchompas at level 89 Hunter, and these are pretty easy to find. Just teleport to the Bandit Camp Lodestone, and just a bit south of Korra you'll find a lot of these guys here. Go ahead and train here if you so wish. So the final Chinchompa on our list is the level 97 Crystal Chinchompa, which is available northwest of the Tyrus camp. Now this does have some various requirements to get here, including Regicide and Roving Elves maybe, but it is actually quite a good money maker for those who are interested normally, and a lot of XP. So if you choose to do this, this is a very nice source of additional profit if you do come across the player owned farm variant. Now we're done with Chinchompas, time to move on to the next type of creature, and that is spiders. Now to get a base type of spirit spider egg drop, you can either kill night spiders, ice spiders, fever spiders, corpse spiders, or giant spiders. But from what I've heard, the best way to actually get your hands on this egg is to basically come to the stronghold of security level 3 and go into the first room, and you can either place an Oldak Call or an aggression potion and AFK whilst keeping an eye out for drops. Now it's important to note that this does not come into your inventory straight away like the other creatures. This drops as an egg on the floor, so you will need to pay some attention. Right, on to the interesting stuff. To get your hands on an Araxite spider, there are two options. Firstly, you need to have a level 2 spider perk active on your farm, and this can only be obtained if you have a second medium pen, which has an Elder Spider and a totem of level 1. If this is active, you have a very rare chance of getting a drop from a Raxor. But if Araxor killing isn't for you, don't worry, there is another way to get an Araxite spider, and that is by breeding 2 normal spiders, and they have a chance of producing an Araxite one. So it's completely up to you how you want to go ahead and get this. So the next type of animal on our list is Yaks, and there are 2 ways to get these. So to get our hands on a Fremnik Yak, what we need to do is complete the quest Fremnik Isles and head over to Natesanok, and then we can kill them in the little pen over here. Now I don't know what the drop rate is, but I presume it's somewhere around 1 in 500. Go ahead and knock them out. Don't be an idiot like me, don't use an air battle stuff. I don't know why I'm wearing that, honestly. The other type of yak that we can get a hold of is a spirit yak, and the only way to get this is by summoning and making yak pouches. So the JMods have confirmed that the drop rate of getting one of these spirit yaks is 1 in 5,000, and something you guys need to take a particular care of is making sure that you have 1 free inventory space, because otherwise you don't get the yak. I know, Jagex, I know. But anyway, those are the 2 ways to get your hands on a player-owned farmed yak. Next up, we have my favorite creature, the Zygomite. These motherfuckers are cute, you're gonna see. But anyway, to get your hands on these, we have a few options. First things first, the easiest way to get these, in my humble opinion, is to do your mushroom runs. Now you can either do Morchella mushrooms or Bittercat mushrooms, and this means that there is a minimum level of 53 farming required, and it's really common. It's actually 1 in 50 for every single harvest that you get. This has been confirmed by JMod. So seeing as there are 2 mushroom patches, you can really take advantage of this by doing your Morchella farm runs a couple of times a day and getting your hands on these wonderful animals around once every 2 or 3 runs. Alternatively, if you want something to camp to get this animal, you can do Ark Island patches or Motmire blooming, and this is bloody rare, 1 in 4,000, completely not worth doing, and it does have some very high level requirements to even get there. So yeah, it's up to you if you want to do it, but completely not worth your time. Instead, if you actually explore mushroom clusters on uncharted isles, you have a much higher chance of actually getting your hands on these Zygomites, a 1 in 400 chance to be specific, 10 times more than just on the Ark in general. So if you have an island full of mushroom clusters, this is actually going to be a pretty nifty little money making method that you can go ahead and take advantage of. Now on to our final creature, dragons. Now there is a dragon egg for each chromatic dragon there is, so there's a green egg, a blue egg, a red egg, and a black egg. So to get your hands on these, I believe the base drop chance is 1 in 2,000 for each dragon, Now, before we get started, the actual best way to farm dragon eggs is to actually get the dragon you want in question and get a few souls of that and put that in your player-owned dungeon and basically AFK and farm that with a few setup measures. Now, this is very profitable, but I don't want to get into it now. If you want a separate guide on this, please let me know down in the comments below. But anyway, let me show you guys where you can actually find these dragons in-game to collect their souls or farm eggs. So if you want to farm green dragons outside your player-owned dungeon, unfortunately you have to enter the wilderness, but it's not that bad as you don't need to risk much. So the best spot which I found is to use your wilderness sword to teleport to the Ferentry dungeon, and there is a spawn of 4 right next to it, so go ahead and farm these. It's an easy teleport to get to, less than 30 wilderness, so you don't need to worry about actually teleporting out, you can teleport straight away. So yeah, go ahead and enjoy these if you so wish. Now there are a few spots for blue dragons in the game, but the most convenient one is to just use your Dungeoneering cape if you have level 99 Dungeoneering and teleport to the blue dragon dungeon in Taverley dungeon. Here there are around 4 blue dragons, so go ahead and just aggro pot and AFK if you want to farm some eggs. And if there's not any space here, you can always use the dungeon and just find some more dragons in there. Next up we have the red dragons, and these are by far the most annoying dragons to get to because they are deep inside the Karamja dungeon. And yep, have fun getting here. There is a shortcut you can use if you have Karamja Gloves 4, I believe, but let's not get into that. Yep, if you want to kill these, go ahead. Finally, we're coming to the Black Dragon Egg, and to get these, you can actually farm normal Black Dragons or the KVD, and the base drop rate is confirmed as 1 in 2000. Now, the best place to actually farm these Black Dragons is, of course, in your player-owned dungeon, as I said earlier, but alternatively, you could just use the Evil Chicken Lair, but you do need Recipe for Disaster. There are other spots in-game, but probably not worth doing. Alternatively, you could kill the KBD for a 1 in 200 drop, but trust me, 200 KBD kills takes a very, very long time, so if you're just going for the eggs, go ahead and kill normal Black Dragons or the KBD. Well, that about covers it, guys. Those are all the animals that we can get access to in-game for player-owned farms. There are a few more other special shiny variants you can get through breeding, but I didn't really touch on that. If you want to see a special guide on that, I can do that, but there's no real point in doing so. And yeah, I just want to thank my friend Drake who helped me make this guide. Very kind of him, so shout out to you, my friend. And yeah, guys, if you want to see some specific type of videos, you let me know. I've got quite a few on the agenda, but it's always good to hear what you guys have to say. And of course, any feedback is always welcome. I don't care if it's constructive. Go ahead, guys. I want to be the best I can be. And, you know, with your help, hopefully I can get there. But anyway, boys, girls, chicken nugget enthusiasts, thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you have a great day ahead of you. Peace. Oh my god, I've become one of those cringy YouTubers that says peace at the end of the video. Ugh.